welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, I'm back. I haven't filmed or posted a video in so long, and for that I apologize. I've honestly just been all over the place. I've been really bad with my planning. I have had to work all the time, just been doing so many things, and also I've been in like a really long reading slump. It's actually been a problem, but I'm kind of slowly but surely getting out of that reading slump. So I thought, because I have such a long TBR from the library, because yes, I've still been taking out a shit ton of books. So since I have so many books to read from library and also on my monthly TBR, I decided that I was gonna come back with a bang, do one of those little reading challenges. So this week we're going to be letting a number generator pick how many pages I read a day. I'm currently reading on my Kindle. I'm reading Shields of Sparrow, which is kind of like a romantasy book. A long ass book. I'm like 55% in and I've read like 350 pages, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I read Dire Bound the other week and I loved it. So I've been in a really big romantasy mood, and this is another one that people have been raving about. So I was like, sorry, I'm gonna scooch so you guys can see it properly. But yeah, I was like, okay, let me try this one out. Not as obsessed as I was with Dire Bound. Dire Bound was honestly really good. Gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I don't know if I'll ever talk about it, maybe later. I'm literally in a rush to get to work. So I'm going like a mile a minute. But yeah, Shields of Sparrows, I've been liking. Kind of slower pace, definitely very slow pace. I want more action to go on, and I mean, I do see the chemistry between the main female character and the main male character, but at the same time, maybe I want more, but at the same time, they're kind of in their like, not yearning necessarily, but they're in their like lustful phase, where they're like, yeah, he's so fine, but like, she's also kind of stuck in a marriage right now, so it's kind of complicated. I'll probably go more in depth a little later. I'm not gonna set the number generator to a high number because I can't read more. I set 1 to 100. I literally don't know if you can tell. It's actually kind of a mess. Let us generate a number. 74. Okay, that's on the high side, but I feel like if I sit down later when I get home from work, I can definitely read. I'm also definitely gonna read on the train and everything. So let's read 74 pages today. If I can't reach it, maybe I'm gonna add the pages I read earlier today to that. Might be a little bit of cheating, but we'll see. So I'm back home, I ate dinner, and I'm reading. I was reading on the train, I had dinner and everything, but I stayed an hour extra at work because I was doing the closing shift. So yeah, there was a lot to do, but I only managed to read 24 pages, and I still have 50 pages to read before going to bed. I don't know if that's I'm technically supposed to end at 450. I'm only at 400 pages. It's 12:23 a.m. I don't know if I'm gonna manage to read those 50 pages. Since I don't want to fail on day one, I'm gonna try to like see how many pages I read this morning, because I definitely read quite a lot this morning. So far I'm liking it. I didn't really talk about the book, but it's essentially just kind of like a romantasy. It's this girl, she's a princess, and she's married off to the prince of another land, and essentially it was supposed to be her half-sister first. But then the prince showed up in her land and was like, I don't want the half-sister, I want her. And she was like, what the hell? Because the half-sister was kind of like trained to be the princess, you know? And she doesn't know anything about it really. And the king was kind of annoyed because he wanted the half-sister to spy on the other kingdom and like trained her whole life to be like a spy. So now the current princess, what is her name? I don't know why her name is like literally leaving my brain right now. Okay, her name is Odessa. I forgot. But yeah, she ended up marrying the prince, and she went to the prince's land, and there's like a whole adventure thing. She's trying to figure out how the hell she's supposed to spy, because she has a specific task she has to do for her dad. The romance is not actually really between her and the prince, which I'm kind of confused because the blurb says marriage of convenience, but like I think I don't think the love interest is the prince. I think it's her sworn protector, aka the prince's like friend and soldier. She definitely likes the guardian and not really the prince, and the prince doesn't really like her. So I don't know, I'm still kind of confused like who the love interest is, because it doesn't match what the blurb was saying, but like maybe I read the blurb wrong. Things getting revealed because in the land that she moved, in Turin or Tura, in Tura I think, there's like these deadly creatures, and apparently they're even more deadly now because they were infected with something. So there's like a whole mystery of like what happened and why these animals are like this. Kind of what we're figuring out now. There's just like creature attacks like constantly, like every chapter there's another creature trying to kill everyone. So that's kind of like the action part of it. I do think the book is kind of slow, like slower for romantasy, and like I don't know, I'm on chapter 37 and I feel like I need more reveals. I feel like it's an okay book, but it's not necessarily something that'd be like, yeah, you should go out and buy. So I got home, I got this package from Simon & Schuster, so I thought I would unbox it. I feel so professional when I say that, but I literally just won another Goodreads giveaway. This marks giveaway number 3 that I won. Never win giveaways for anything except Goodreads giveaways. Like never in my life have I won a giveaway for anything else but Goodreads. I don't know why, but also publishing houses, you can send me books even if it's not a giveaway. Oh, okay, so this is a book I got. This is my first like hardcover proof, and oh, this is actually really fun because she does not say proof, so I guess she's not a proof. She is officially a published book. Oh, I think it follows 2 different timelines, in 1982 and 2022. Young wife following her heart, a husband with the law on his side, their daughter caught in the middle. 40 years later, a family secret changes everything. It says, A Family Matter is a heartbreaking and hopeful exploration of love and loss, intimacy and injustice, custody and care, and whether it is possible to heal from the wounds of the past in the changed world of today. Blurred by Ellen Hildebrand. In a word, perfect. Oh, so I'm also blurred by Emma Donoghue. Made like everyone cry. So we'll see. Yeah, let me know if you want me to read it in a video or something. I will see you tomorrow. Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. So I just got back from work. I'm looking a little rough. But I wanted to update on yesterday and then also do the number generator for today, which we're only going to do a maximum of 50 because I haven't really read today and it's 9:20 p.m. So yesterday I technically read 75 pages. When I did the calculations this morning, I was like, I was so freaking happy. So technically we were supposed to finish at 450, but I couldn't read up to that last night, so I was like, I'm gonna count the pages I read yesterday before I started filming the video. We started the day on chapter 31, which was 337, and we finished on chapter 38, which is 412. So I'm pretty sure that's 75 pages. We succeeded. So now we're gonna do today, Tuesday. I don't think we can read more than 50 because I have a pounding migraine. I'm gonna move here and put it up on the screen right here. I'm just gonna put like a screenshot from my computer. So 1 through 50, let's generate a number. Okay, give me 6. I'm gonna redo because I think we can do more than 6. Okay, we're editing it to 1 through 75. Let's probably get a better one. I do not want to read only 11 pages. 48. We're reading 48 pages today. Tomorrow, we don't have work, we don't have anything, so we're going to be doing more reading. But for now, 412 plus 48, 460, let's go. this is the slowest burn ever. They haven't even acknowledged any crushes or anything. Like, I don't even know if they're gonna kiss. We're 70% in. Nothing is really happening. Like, there's the occasional flirting. Like, Odessa has admitted she finds him attractive and she's attracted to him. He kinda has, but like, not in words. But like, are they even gonna get together? I can't even tell. Also, I have a theory on the Guardian. Like, I have a theory on him and his role in the kingdom, which I don't know if I can share because that might be a spoiler. But I wrote it down in an annotation in case it happens because, yeah, bro, the most out-of-pocket thing just happened. I was like, what the hell? What? Like, what even was the purpose of this? Like, what the fuck? And she goes, done. I was very, very done with this day. Hi, happy Wednesday. So I'm trying to decide the range I want to set for today. I'm debating between 100 to 250 or 100 to 300. I have to read 183 pages today to finish the book, right? And so it says it's only going to take me three and a half hours to finish the book, and I feel like it's doable. It's my day off. I feel like I can read a lot. But my my thought process is like, if I set it to 300, it's a larger range, so it's more likely I get like 183 or 185 or, you know. But then I could also get like 279, and then I have to read up to 279. If I set 250, it's like a little smaller range, less likely that I get 183. But at the same time, if I get like 140, maybe that's fine, because I feel like the theme of the video is just to get me to read more. So if I need to read 150 pages, that's like the minimum, and then it's fine if I read 33 other pages to finish the book, you know? Because yesterday I only had to read 48 pages, but I ended up reading 64. I feel like that's fine. Like, hopefully you guys don't like think that's not okay, because like, to me, it's fine as long as I'm reading more. Like, I can't read less than the number sets me, but like, it's fine if I read the number or more. So I think let's do 250. I feel like that makes more sense, because like, if I get a smaller number, that's just like the minimum amount, and then I can read more if I want to finish the book. And if I by chance get like 200, I can start another book. Once again, I'm gonna screen record because that's just easier. So let's press right now. Generate. 189. 180. That's perfect, but like kind of not. What they're telling me is Ines has to finish the book. So that's going to be what we're doing today. I'm excited because now that we're like, what, 72% in, more shit is happening. So, okay, let's go read. I actually need a shower first, but we're going to be reading. I'll come up with my thoughts like I did last night. I'm excited. So I haven't really been reading today. I'm in a bad girl. So I have a lot of pages to read. I don't even know how many pages I've read today, but I'm on page 515. I forget how many pages there are on this book, but I think I have like 130 left or something. Anyways, what I'm struggling with right now is that we are 78% into the book, and I feel like the things being revealed are like not important. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like there's so many things that I'm still like, okay, so like what's actually happening, you know? And I feel like so far into this book, they're kind of like teasing us with like little reveals so that we're still interested. But so like, okay, something's revealed, but then I think about it and I'm like, okay, but like, what does this add to the story? Like, we're 500 pages into the book and these questions are still not answered, and I like feel like it's gonna be answered like the last chapter of the book, and then it's gonna be a cliffhanger. And it's not like I don't like a good cliffhanger, but I just like, they're teasing us so much to the point where I feel like I'm not gonna be satisfied at the end. I'm really unsatisfied right now with like what I'm getting, and I feel like it's gonna keep happening like that, you know? Guys, I just feel like everything is so convenient. Like something happens and then it's immediately resolved and then like we move on. I don't know. I will give it to Ransom. That man is pretty attractive. Yeah. Hello everyone, happy Thursday. So I failed yesterday. So for today, we're not going to be spinning. We're just going to be using today as a makeup day and reading all the pages I didn't read yesterday. But yesterday I did still read. I ended up reading 82 pages, which is fine. But that means I still have 101 pages left to read in the book, or 2 hours of reading of the book, and then 6 pages to read of something else. Today, in total, we have 107 pages to read, which I feel like is kind of doable. I'm doing an overnight, so I could probably finish that on my break. We'll see. But I'm gonna sit down right now. My phone is like tilting, slowly but surely falling. But yeah, I'm gonna go and start reading right now before I go to work, and try to finish the book before I go to work at least. And then I can read 6 pages of whatever. But yeah, my first fail of the video, hopefully the only fail, because I just finished the book and I think I'm giving it a 3.5. Basically everything I talked about before. I don't want to reiterate it because I feel like the video is already kind of getting long. But yeah, many things were a little too convenient for me. I feel like the mysteries that were like unraveled, partial unraveling, which kind of pissed me off because I was like, give me more. The last 100 pages that I've read today, I feel like more truths were revealed, which I was happy with. But then I feel like right when they're at the crux of revealing things, something happens. It's funny I use crux because there's a crux, which is like the migration, which I don't know if I mentioned, but basically throughout the entire book, from the start to the finish, there's these like dinosaur creatures things that migrate to the land every 30 years, and like the migration is about to happen in the spring. It's currently like the summer, fall. It's gonna happen in the spring, and so everyone in the land, they're all preparing it for it. It's brought back, like it's always like on the front of the female character's mind, but it's brought back like to the actual front of the story at the end of the book. And I feel, in my opinion, I feel like bringing it back was kind of a cop-out so that the other plot points that were introduced didn't really have to be fully fledged out and like explained. And like I understand that this is going to be a series, but I feel like the whole point of the book was almost written for a cliffhanger, and it's like I don't like that. Also, my main issue with the book is too long. The book needed to be 450 pages maximum. And I feel like this is kind of a problem with the romantasy scene, is like all these authors and editors think that these books need to be 600 pages long, and then it's just like way too much. Like, I'm not reading 600 pages anymore. Like, I did it with this book, but I'm turned off from other romantasy books that are as long, because I'm like, now I'm just thinking, like, are you just gonna have me keep reading the entire book just to leave me super unsatisfied at the end? I do kind of like the main romance. Like, I like them together. I like both the characters. That's one thing I'm gonna say. I like all the characters in the book, and I like the main female character, I like the main male character, I like them together, but I feel like the confession was a little bit random. Like, I know they had to confess at some point, but I feel like there wasn't a proper progression in their romance. Like, I feel like, okay, we definitely feel that the main female character is into the main male character. Like, we're definitely like reading her thoughts, and we know she's into him. And we kind of know that he's into her because there's like flirting and all that. But at the same time, like, the confession is like, boom. It's like a chill chapter, and then the last 3 minutes, or like the last like 5 pages of the chapter, all of a sudden a confession. I kind of need to predict a confession for the confession to be good. And I know like that's kind of hypocritical, because I'm always like, oh, I hate when things are too predictable. But like, with a good confession, it can't be just like out of nowhere, because then I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, that was kind of random. I think it's a maybe. It's like, do I recommend this to you? If you're a romantasy fan, like if this is your favorite genre ever, and you're used to reading 600-page books and you have no issues doing that for a semi-fun time, yes. But if you're getting into the romantasy scene, no. It's not the worst romantasy I've read or like seen, but definitely not one that I would recommend to everyone. I'm gonna go take off my makeup, go to work. I will probably talk to you tomorrow because I'm like sweating and also I'm tired.
Hello everyone, happy Friday. So we have a little bit of a late start today because I had my overnight, obviously, so I slept in until late afternoon. So it's now 8:40 and we're finally going to take the number generator for a spin. But I wanted to share that yesterday for my 6 pages, I started The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke, which is like a military fantasy that deals with espionage and revolutions and like toppling an empire, uprisings and all of that. And I'm pretty sure has like a minor subplot, like a minor romance subplot, but sapphic romance. And because I read the first chapter, so I don't think it's gonna be a spoiler, and I honestly don't know much about what's happening, but if it's between the main character and the princess, I'm going to freak out, because me and sapphic royal romances go like this. We're locked in. And this is blurred by a lot of popular authors, and also authors that I love, who say that it's honestly perfect, it's super complex, but brutal and impossible to put down, so captivating. And I think this is the author's debut series, or maybe debut book. So yeah, it's gonna be a trilogy. The 3rd one comes out later this year, which is like perfect timing. And this is also due at the library next, so I need to get a move on reading it. So since it's almost 9 p.m., I feel like I want to do the minimum 0 and then the maximum maybe like 75. Like I feel like that's a pretty okay range. As you can see, the 189 from the other day is right there, so we're gonna press generate. I am kind of blind, so okay. 3, 2, 1. What does this say? 50? 56. Okay, not bad. I feel like actually that's pretty good. 56. It's in the, like, we could have gotten like 12 like we got earlier this week. So 56. I'm on page 10, so that's gonna be 66. Oh, what perfect timing. Literally right at chapter 5. So I'm gonna keep reading this. Very excited. I will probably check back in later tonight or whenever, but let's get reading.
Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm back. Yesterday I took a little break because I don't know, I just didn't feel like filming. I also didn't really feel like reading. I was tired all day, watched some Love Island, you know, chill day. Technically today was also chill. I was supposed to kind of hang out with my sister, but it's been so like gray out this weekend. So today is the last day of the challenge, the last day of the week. I'm still reading The Unbroken by C.L. Clark, and I'm officially at part 2, which is page 120. This morning I read 46 pages, and I'm not quite sure if I want to add them to like the number I'm gonna pick right now. But basically, since I want to kind of finish today, how much I read from now to the end of the day and when I do my final update will kind of determine if I add on the pages I read earlier today to that number or not. So we've got the computer and we got the 46. I'm doing 0 to 150 and I'm just gonna generate 76? 79. 79. Okay, that's not bad. I definitely think I can read 79 pages right now, not counting what I've already read. But like I said, we won't quite know. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this book so far. This book's largest theme is definitely colonialism. The colony where most of the story is taking place is called Kazal, and it's a colony of Balader, which to me, this is definitely drawing a lot of inspiration from North Africa, and to me specifically French colonization of North Africa. When I'm imagining Kazal, I definitely am imagining it kind of like with a Moroccan, Algerian, even kind of Egyptian vibe. Not vibe, but like that's how I imagine what the land looks like. Balader is definitely French coded because one, they speak French. All their names are French. The slang words they include in the sentences are French. As we know, the French were heavily in North Africa, so it makes sense that those are the two groups. I think I probably have read a book inspired by North African culture and history, but I don't know if I've necessarily read a book with the French and the North African colonization dynamic. So that's been quite interesting. It is a fictional world, but it does draw on so much of the real world. So I always like when fantasy books do that and authors do that. The main character, Touraine, is definitely a main character that I'm vibing with. I definitely see her strength. She was stolen from her land to become a fighter for the colonizer, right? And so she thinks and acts like a colonizer because that's what she was raised to be like. And so she does think her people are beneath her, and because she doesn't consider some part of her people. So it's an interesting thing to see a character go through. She's just gonna have a character growth of her going from this person who's so indoctrinated and like, yeah, she's literally just people joke that she's the pet monkey, but like she's fully indoctrinated. And so we're definitely gonna see a progression of her going from that, or I hope at least. I don't really know how the story is gonna go because she is now working for the princess of the land, and the princess, she's trying to make the country better, you know, improve from what her uncle is doing. But at the same time, like the princess is part of the monarchy, like she's part of the institution, the colonizing force, and I think she's also the love interest. So I'm not exactly sure, like I don't know, honestly. Touraine and Luca, the two main characters who are also probably going to be romantically involved, have so much tension. I'm like low-key here giggling. They're cute as hell, and I'm trying not to ship it because there's a power imbalance, but they have chemistry. so I'm here to close out the video and officially say that I succeeded yesterday. I ended up reading 86 pages, I'm pretty sure. I was on page 74. So I started on page 74 and I ended on page 161. So I officially completed the challenge. I'm not entirely sure how many pages I've read in total. I will definitely put it on the screen Monday through Sunday, and then our total. This week was not like the best reading week ever, but I will say the fact that Shields of Sparrow was so long definitely kind of messed up everything. I picked like 2 really long books, and also books that I wasn't like really sitting and binging necessarily. So I feel like maybe if I redid this and I also had more time, I would probably read more. But for being in a really long reading slump, I think this was a good kind of like entryway back into reading and being back into my reading era. Not been on my reading grind, have not been on my YouTube grind, and I officially kind of got out of that funk. In terms of this book, The Unbroken, I do recommend this one. I will say I was expecting it to be a little bit faster paced, but I do like the pacing. I don't really know how to explain it. Like I like the pacing because it's not too slow, but it's also not too fast to the point where like you get either confused or the like plot points just like don't make sense. So I am liking this book so far. I also definitely am like feeling the tension between the 2 main female characters. I can definitely see myself really liking this book. Do I think it's going to be a 5-star, one of my favorite books ever? At this point, I don't fully know. I will say it's unlikely to be a 5-star for me because a 5-star is something that I've been like absolutely obsessed with and like giggling or crying since the beginning of the book. But I will say this is going to be a very solid read, and I do recommend this one actually for both romantasy fans and fantasy fans because it's definitely more like a chill fantasy without being like romance focused. But at the same time, if you're into romance, you do get that sprinkle and kind of since the beginning. I do really hope you enjoyed this video and you stick around for future videos. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and also subscribing to my channel so you can see more of me. And also I have more exciting videos, specifically queer books, recommendations, reading vlogs for the month of June, and then July I'll probably have like readathons and more like reading challenges. So bye, I love you guys. Thanks for watching.